Hello, everyone. Konnichiwa from Japan. Thank you for attending our webinar today. So we have 11 people in now, but I believe that some others will join us later. But I would like to begin our webinar now. So welcome to you all again. So I would like to share my screen with you once again. Let's begin. Thank you again for attending our webinar today. And I would like to introduce myself at first. My name is Ayşe. I'm from Turkey and I am living in Japan for 5 years. I will be responsible from today's webinar. So let's begin. This presentation has 4 parts and a Q&A section. If you have any questions, you can write to the chat and I will answer them in the ending. So at first, I will introduce you to our company and what is unique about our school. The second part will be information about courses and visa application. The third part is about the accommodations and real life in Japan. And fourth part is about October intakes, which we are preparing now. And finally, the last part is Q&A section for you to ask questions. So, as you may expect, that this presentation is about Human Academy Japanese Language School. But actually, our Japanese language school is connected to our holding company, which has a lot of small companies in it. So that's why I would like to introduce you our holding company a little at first. So Human Holdings was founded in 1985. So we are doing this business over 30 years. Human Academy is the main business of the company, but we extended to other fields besides education over the years. Among them are the human resources business to find work for people, for Japanese people, also foreign people using daijob.com. So care nursing, and for elderly and children, also beauty salons and sports. We have a sports team and a basketball team in Japan. So we have a lot of schools all over the Japan, not just Japanese language schools, but also the acquisition of certification for careers, early childhood education, and so on. So you may see the actual numbers in here. As you may see in our homepage, we are actually a very big company, but also our Japanese language school is one of the biggest Japanese language schools in Japan. About Japanese language schools, we have 2 schools in Tokyo, 1 in Osaka. But what makes our school special? So we are the largest Japanese language schools in Japan, and we have the best location. Our schools of Tokyo and Osaka are placed at the center of the city, so easy access to everywhere. We have certificates to guide our students to find a job in here in Japan. We will help you to write your resumes, practice for your job interviews. Of course, we will help you to enroll in a university also. And I would like to talk about our educational approach too. We believe that active learning is best for our students to speak useful Japanese in their life as soon as possible. Because of that, our lessons based on conversation skills are the biggest strength of us. The classes with our original textbook called Tsunagu Nihongo develop your practical Japanese ability that can be utilized in real-world conversations. Therefore, our classes are the perfect fit for students who want to be able to communicate in practical Japanese. We have the best teachers because we also have a training course for those who want to become a Japanese teacher. We have students from 40 different countries. Many students graduated from Human Academy during the course of its long history, about 35 years. And I know you wait for a long time to know about our courses. Here it is. We have two different courses for long-time study and different courses for short-time study. I will explain the long-term courses later, but for short-term courses, we have business courses, JLPT, group lessons, private lessons, and online lessons as well. Because of the COVID-19, you cannot attend the short-time courses if you are not in Japan already, but you may apply for the online courses as you wish. So, as I said earlier, for long-time study, we have a pre-college course, preparing for college course, which is for those who want to take higher education in Japan. It is for 1 year and 3 months to 2 years, depends on the enrollment time. After you graduate from our school, you can enter the most popular universities like our graduated students did, such as Tokyo University, Kyoto University, Osaka University, Waseda University, and so on. I believe if you are interested in studying in Japan, you already heard those names. And our employment course is for those who want to find a job in here or go back to their countries after graduation. It is for 2 years only, and we have a certificate to guide our students to find a job in here in Japan, so we will help you to find work before your graduation. The reason that big companies hire our students is their communication skills in Japanese, because they do presentations and speeches in every day in school. They can express themselves during the job interviews as well. So that's why companies want to hire our graduated students. About the entrance term for the long-term courses is April, July, October, and January. And for the long-term courses, you need to apply almost 6 months before your study starts. Right now, we are preparing for this year's October intakes. About the school fees and the class times, this is the total amount for 1 year you can see in here. It includes all the expenses, including your textbook and all other like tuition fees, all of it. And you have classes from Monday to Friday, and we have morning or afternoon classes due to your Japanese level. Let's move on to the visa application. So you may see the basic requirements here: Japanese language proficiency, 12 years of education in your country, and a sponsor to support your education in Japan. Usually it will be your parents or siblings. For the process, basically, we will receive all of the documents from you. You will make a payment for registration fee to our school, and then we will apply for your certificate of eligibility. I will call it COE for short from now on, to the Immigration Bureau. Once your COE comes, we will send it to you and you will make the payment for tuition fee. And then you will apply for a student visa with your COE that we sent you in your country. And congratulations, you may come to Japan. As you may already know, Japan has opened the borders now for the students. For the accommodations, since we have a big capacity in our schools, we don't have a dormitory in the campuses. But don't worry, we will introduce you some real estate agencies we are working with. all of them are easy to access to your school. You can pick a room for yourself easily. For your reference, I would like to introduce you some information about part-time job and average rent in Japan. So you can do 28 hours of part-time job in 1 week with a student visa. So the fee is over 1,000 yen per hour usually. You can see the type of jobs, the most popular with students to do in this presentation. And also, you may see the average expense for 1 month for different areas in Japan. We will inform you about part-time job offers company is doing to our school, and we'll introduce you some websites as well. But finding a part-time job is not that hard since almost every student, including Japanese students, are doing part-time job. There are a lot of opportunities. This is all from us, but if you have any questions, please write me, or maybe you can unmute yourself and ask. Okay, we have some questions. I have heard that the Osaka campus has filled all their seats. Can we still apply to Osaka campus? So yes, that's right. Because of the COVID-19, there was overcapacity on the Osaka campus, but for now, we can accept some people, but there are very little seats for Osaka campus, so you have to be fast. Okay. Do the students need to apply for work permit, or the permit is automatically issued with the student visa? Yes, that's a great question. You need to fill out a form, but it's a basic form. When you come to Japan, you will fill it and submit it to the school or the immigration bureau, and your permit is going to be issued. Okay. Do I have to have JLPT test result before coming to Japan? Actually, no, you don't have to, because there are two options. You can take 150 hours of Japanese classes, or you can submit a test result, which is can be JLPT or any other test. For example, NUT test or J test. There are plenty of tests. How long does it take to get the work permit after submitting the form to the department? So before COVID-19, we will submit it right after coming to Japan, and it will be issued like on that day. But now, because of the COVID-19, it will take, I can say, 1 week. How easy to find a part-time job for an international student without prior Japanese language knowledge? Yes. Since our schools are in Tokyo and Osaka, which you may know that there are the biggest cities in Japan, there are plenty of foreign people. So they can work, for example, post office to maybe files or like submitting the packages. So they don't need to speak Japanese, or they can work maybe McDonald's, they can serve other foreign people. But when you do part-time job in Japan, you will learn Japanese like much faster. So I believe if you do a part-time job, within a month or 2 months, you can speak basic Japanese in here, because you have to communicate the other Japanese workers. You want to communicate with the other Japanese, so you will learn faster. So even if you don't need the money to do part-time job, I will recommend you to do part-time job for your Japanese. So the test, just to see my level in Japanese, right? Even if I a beginner. Yes, we can accept JLPT N5 level Japanese, which is a very basic Japanese. You need to read katakana, hiragana, which are the Japanese alphabets, and maybe know a little basic grammar, so you can take the N5 level of Japanese test. Also, please tell total fund amount for sponsorship for 1-year language course. Okay, so actually we don't have 1-year language course. It is 1 year and 3 months to 2 years, but usually there are no limits for the bank account. But if you can send us an email or fill the form, I will answer your question details with the documents. But there are no limits for the amount of the sponsorship for 1 year or 2 years. We have one other question. You mean a student can apply visa without showing any money at the bank? No, the students, especially their sponsor, needs to show money at the bank, but there is no specific limits for the money. There are some numbers we are suggesting to our students, but the Immigration Bureau didn't officially say you have to have this amount in your bank account. But I can share the details with you if you can contact me. So thank you so much for attending today. It was a pleasure to meet all of you. So I hope you had a good time. So have a great day.